Well, good evening, everyone. Michael, soothing here. Sorry it's been so long. I'm gonna do a viewer request. I had a subby say, you haven't done local small newspapers in a long time. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm going to catch up on a couple of the weeklies. They only come out once a week, some of the coastal papers. Here's one from Eugene, but that's not really what I'm going to focus on. That's, the events paper. I'm going to look at this one. It's got a Rockhounding article, which I like, of course. Rockhounding, so that'll be right up my alley. And then I've got the one from this last weekend, a 911 commemorative one. We'll talk about that paper a little bit, but I think I'm going to orient the camera down so you can see exactly what I'm seeing. So I'll do that. Stronger Together, Lysol. Really? Okay. I don't know. Alright, so Clampe wins 2 tournaments in 1 weekend. A local golfer. I bet you've never heard of him. Neither have I. That makes 2 of us. Look, real estate's cheap around here compared to most parts of the country. The median price for a home in the USA now is something like $500,000 or something. In the San Francisco Bay Area where I used to live, it's over 800,000, almost $1 million. Let me shift the camera angle and we will continue on. Hold on. Alright, let's start with the older one, because that has the articles I'm most interested in. Rockhounding Roundup. With record low tides this year in the Cape Perpetua Marine Reserve. Cape Perpetua is a place that's a cape perpetually. The entire area is the perfect locale for beach rockhounding on the central Oregon coast. It is a very beautiful area by the... Did I get a frog? I got a little frog. Wait, I need a bit of water. Just a sip. Look, I'll show you the wildflowers I picked for Joanne that I grew in the backyard. Remember when I did the video on growing a bunch of wildflowers from seeds? Well, these are some of the types. Some were more colorful than this. I had some blues and purples. I still have to make a video about that. I got behind, but I promise I will make it. Alright. Anyway, back to Rockhounding Roundup. The tides are as low as they are and summer weather is lingering. It's the perfect recreational activity to dig into right now. There are numerous reasons to explore rockhounding, particularly on beaches surrounding this area. Let's see what they're gonna say. Take some of that paper out. But they're showing a little agate. You guys know I'm really into agate hunting, so what else we got here? They're showing some there. Jaspers, agates, a little shell. That's, we find a lot of that. I think they have a little a little piece of beach glass there too. Peach. All right. if you're a wonderful female in the South, they say you're a peach, whatever that means. What is that state that has the peach as the motto? Georgia, I think. One of my subbies can tell me. As a beginner, all someone really needs is a brush and a spray bottle filled with water, which helps distinguish between rocks. Actually, if you're an experienced agate hunter, you don't really need the spray bottle. You can tell even when the rocks are dry which ones are good and which ones are agates, and something in which to carry their rocks. People should keep in mind that the limit for collecting at the hobbyist level is 1 gallon of rocks per day and 3 total gallons per year. I wonder if there's a rock monitor that counts the number of rocks you're getting and says, wait, you're over the 3.5 gallon per year limit. How would they know that? I don't know. And rocks may, not that I would ever collect more than my fair share, mind you. I would just take other people with me, you know, like when you go fishing and you get your limit and you get one over, but your fishing partner, you know, they're skunked because they're not very good at fishing. So then you give them the one that you caught. Anyway, and rocks may only be collected for personal use without using mechanized tools. All right, so you can't take a backhoe to the beach and start scooping up rocks with it. No road graders or anything, okay? So leave that off your list. No rock hounding. Oh, and remember, they're only for personal use, you know. So, what does that mean exactly? Rock hounding, I've seen agates for sale many times at rock shows and things. Are they all breaking the law because they collected and not for their personal use? I wonder. See, so many questions are raised by this article. Rock hounding is also a fun and meditative activity. It is kind of meditative because when I get tired of collecting, I find a big piece of driftwood log to sit on and I just look at the ocean and listen to the waves. I think I better do a wave video soon. It allows beachgoers to get fresh air, sunlight, and exercise. It's a relaxing way to simultaneously be active and learn about local rocks and semi-precious stones. You can get fossilized wood also, you know, on the coast. And it's a great way to introduce kids to geology. Plus, rock hounding is enjoyable for all ages. Unless you're, 90. Might not be fun then. People can set their own pace, whether they're looking for a peaceful activity to do alone or something fun to do with family on the weekend, or a pretty adorable option for a date. This is strange language they're using. Adorable option for a date. I would say more like an interesting but anyway, rock hounding is a wonderful idea. So when you first meet a girl, what you're going to say is, let's go rock hounding, yeah? I think that's like a second date option, not a first. But I know everybody loves the beach and the coast, so can't go wrong, right? Here's a place called Bob Creek they're showing where people can go rock hounding. I personally don't recommend it, but, they're recommending it, so what can I say? Peace Health adds solutions to help staff wearing thin. That's the local hospital system in Central Oregon. And people are quitting and stuff because they're so overworked. Mapleton welcomes new staff. Mapleton's a little town off of Highway 126. And I guess they have a couple new staffers this year. 4 new faces will join the Mapleton School District. I only see 3. Somebody didn't show up for their photo op. Port of Siuslaw sees steady seas. Seas, steady seas. See, this reminds me of Seas candy, which I'm hungry for but can't have. Revenues grow as full-service sites draw visitors. Yeah, the area was more crowded with tourists this year on the coast than any time in history. People had tons of cash, and everybody was on vacation for a year and a half, being paid by the taxes of those few poor saps who were still working. But anyway, most people making more money on unemployment than they got when they were working. You know, I'm going to have to pause and do a battery change out as I see I'm low. One moment, hold on. All right, where were we? So I was talking about, Port of Siuslaw. We had a run of salmon on the Siuslaw River, and so hundreds of boats were coming into town too, taking advantage of that. Unfortunately, I couldn't get out and go salmon fishing, but that's just the way it goes. Sometime I will. Let's see what else is here. Food Share receives grant funding from Siletz tribes. The local Food Share got a $2,500 grant from the Siletz Tribal Charitable Contribution Fund. See, the Indian casinos make tons of money, but they're trying to give a little back to the local community, right? Keep school routes in mind as school prepares to start. Now school has started. What's this group doing? They're making little baskets of something or other. Florence Indivisible launched its new community-based We Care campaign to support hardworking healthcare staff in the area, especially at Peace Health, Peace Harbor. What do they do? They make the kits of snacks, drinks, and notes of support and encouragement to healthcare workers at the Peace Health, Peace Harbor Medical Center. Yeah, they've had it really rough this year. Non-stop working because of the COVID thing. I'm following the numbers on a daily basis. We have about 2,000 new cases a day in Oregon and about 1,100 hospitalized. It's starting to finally drop, so that's good. But I don't want to talk about that. You know, we're here to relax. Oh, look. There's more of the agate hunting article here. Searching Facebook for rockhounding within groups, you will find many opportunities to join communities who do regular meetups. Well, you know, not to be antisocial about it, but I don't really want to go to the beach with a large group of people looking for agates and jaspers and such. I like to just go with Joanne. And so, top places to go rockhounding locally. They talk about the oceans or the creeks, Cape Perpetua again, Neptune State Park, Strawberry Hill, where, what's his name, found his thrill. What was that guy's name? Was it Fats Domino back in the 50s? Yeah, he found his thrill. That was in the movie American Graffiti, right? Bob Creek, we already talked about. Stonefield Beach. Carl Washburn. Rocks people may find. The most common rocks you will find in the area are various types of agates and jaspers, both of which are originated from chalcedony, which is a cryptocrystalline quartz. Can you say that 87 times fast? Cryptocrystalline quartz mineral. Both types of rocks are formed in igneous, which is volcanic, rock cavities. Yeah, see, the lava comes up and flows on the surface. Not always as a volcano. Sometimes it's just a rift in the earth, and great big flows of lava cover hundreds of square miles. And then there's all these little air pockets in the lava. And over thousands and millions of years, water seeps down through micro cracks into those little air pockets and carries silica and certain metallic impurities and forms agates and jaspers and such. And becomes a very hard stone. And then when the lava wears away, many tens of thousands of years of wear on it, then it leaves the agates and jaspers behind because they're harder than that, and they wash down the streams and rivers and end up coming up on the beaches. Let's see here. You can tell which type of chalcedony it is based on the presence of various inclusions in the rock. Jasper is darker and opaque, with spotted or striped patterns, whereas agates are translucent or semi-transparent with uneven bands. Let's see. Agates range in color, can be white, gray, orange, pink, green, purple, black, or yellow, while blue and green agates are rare to find. Yeah, I found a couple blues. I like to find those. Jaspers contain iron oxides, hydroxides, and other metallic impurities, which cause them to be found with unique multicolor combinations and patterns. And they are usually mottled or spotted, ringed or striped. Let's see now. Yeah, they have yellow, red, green, and then blue jasper is harder to find. Best tips for a rockhounding trip. Winter is the ideal time because, yes, I agree with that. The beaches are less crowded, so they will be less picked over. Well, that's not exactly true, because the rockhounders all show up after a big storm. Exposed gravel beds and areas where there are basalt flows are close by, etc., etc. I don't want to keep reading that too much because we've talked about this topic before. Let's see if there's anything else going on in this paper. It's too big for me to handle. There's a continuation of the Peace Health stuff, but again, I don't really want to read about the C word, so we won't look at that right now. Instead, what else we got here? The dredge is dredging the Sayusla River right now. The dredge is named Yakina, another local Indian name from up the coast. Where's the Yakina Head area? It's just past north of Newport, Oregon. A very nice place to go. Go check out the Yakina Head Lighthouse sometime. You know, it was dead quiet with no cars for hours this afternoon, and then as soon as I start a video, they start going by. Alright. Let's see. Occupancy rates on the campground. Well, like I said, everything was full and booked. Here are some opinion letters. The problem with opinion letters is that we get into politics, and I don't want to talk about politics, at least not in an ASMR video. Maybe I could do that on my Jody Arias channel sometime. I really have to catch up on her and see if there's any new developments that I can tell you about. Oh, here's a letter that's not really controversial. We've been living in the North Fork Sayusla Road for 6 years. We recognize your significant efforts to provide and maintain our power services. Recently, my wife noticed and appreciated your extensive efforts to trim back trees that have the potential to interrupt power or even cause a fire. I'd been wondering for years if this letter's to the local Central Lincoln Public Utility District, where we get our power from. It's hydropower, by the way, coming from the Bonneville Dam on the Columbia River. Let's see now. I'm a former Californian. Oh, too bad. But then I am too. And I fought forest fires in the sequoia and coastal redwoods 50 years ago. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. Spruce bark beetle, damage to our forests, die-offs, climate change. You know what? I'm not going to read the rest of the letter, because then I'll have to talk politics, and I refuse. Let's see what else we got. Obituaries. I don't want to read that. We all have to maintain our spiritual fitness, because you never know when your time is up. How old was this guy? Donnie Fender. I don't know him. Donnie was an athlete. He attended the Sayusla High School. Oh, a local guy. Let's see. Special board meeting. What's that about? The school district will have a board meeting to receive public comment. The question is, public comment about what? The meeting will be conducted in person at the Hans Peterson something or other in alignment with the state outdoor mask mandate, you know, I did a lot of study on masks. Oh wait, once again, that tiptoes into the area of politics. So let's not, even though it should be a science question, it would seem there are no science questions anymore. Volleyball opens with a jamboree and a doubleheader. What's a jamboree, by the way? I never figured that out. I know I should know what that means, since I did go to school, but is that a series of matches? Or that's probably what that is, right? Vikings secure the first win of the season. You'll all be glad to know that the Vikings... Why is the local team called the Vikings? Because, you know, the Vikings never made it to the Oregon coast, so far as we know. They went to Iceland and Greenland, and they went to the UK islands and places like that, Scandinavia, but they never raided Oregon, so I don't know why our team would be called the Vikings. But anyway, what else do they have in lifestyle? Recreation tips. Recreate responsibly. Expect crowds. Stay safe on the water. Life jackets. You'd be amazed how many people drown each year in the local ocean and lakes and rivers. I see stories about it quite a bit. All right, let's see what's in this paper. The memoriam of September 11th. I watched something on Netflix that was really sad and kind of creepy to hear the 911 calls of people from the World Trade Center towers, you know, calling their loved ones and stuff. Yeah, we're past 911 now, but yeah, they have a whole special thing about it here. How communities can commemorate. Isn't it sad that the whole country pretty much came together after 911 and became united? But now it's like everyone's polarized into groups that are angry at each other. Don't you find that sad? Remain calm and avoid appearing anxious when you talk to kids about 911. Do you think your kids would be freaked out about something that happened 20 years ago? And that you would be all anxious and rubbing your hands together? I don't know. Once again, I will resist the temptation to say anything political. You see how much self-discipline I have? Until there's chocolate chip cookies around, and then my self-discipline gets weak. But I have to, both Joanne and I now have to fight diabetes. So we're reducing our carbs. She can't do those videos anymore, eating goodies like she used to. All that is in the past. Sadly, I've tried to get her to do other kinds of ASMR, but I'm having trouble getting her to do it. And you know what? It has to come natural. to be authentic, so I don't want to try to force her. Let's see now. A state of shock. The local town was, I didn't live around here back then, but school board hears comments, complaints, and commendations. Members of the Siuslaw community attended a meeting. Let's see. What were they talking about? You can read online. Will they tell us anything about what the comments were? Nope. It's all just pablum. It's all just bureaucrat speak. This whole article. Nothing of substance. Okay. If I was a newspaper reporter or editor, I would go ahead and print up all the controversial stuff that was discussed. That's what people are interested in. Not a bunch of pablum. Rods and Roadies opens today. I thought I saw some hot rods and classic cars around. Local vaccine clinics. This is like what I was telling you. Agencies conduct missing person investigation at Devil's Churn. Okay, if you go up the coast a ways, there's a place at Cape Perpetua called Devil's Churn. And it's very dangerous. People go down to where the churning water is. If you fall in there, you're going to die. There's no way to get out. On Thursday, September 9th at approximately 2 p.m., Oregon State Police troopers and emergency personnel responded to a call for a subject who had fallen into the ocean at Devil's Churn. Preliminary investigation revealed Steve Allen, 67. What was he doing climbing around down on those rocks? Of Walnut Creek, California, attempted to jump across Devil's Churn and fell into the ocean. That's crazy. I know where they're talking about. Only someone completely crazy would try that. Fellow visitors attempted to rescue Allen, but were unable to retrieve him from the water. There's not any beach or anything there. There's no way to get back out. Allen was last observed by rescue agencies unresponsive prior to losing sight of him. Yeah, the current takes you out to sea there, top of everything else. So he's gone to the ocean now. Listen, don't mess around at Devil's Churn, okay? It has its name for a reason. It's a great place to go and look at, but don't try to go down and mess with the churning water itself. Let's see, opinion page, which I will skip once again. Return of the rods. Top hot rods. Community-wide garage sale. Oh, I missed it. I saw signs around. Now I know what that was all about. Maybe next year I can participate. I got a lot of stuff I gotta sell. It happens to be in my garage. Yeah. Stay home when sick. It says back here. That would seem kind of obvious, right? Stay home when sick. And why do bureaucrats insist on telling us things that are really obvious? Like, if you want to be safe when walking across the highway, don't walk when a semi-truck is 20 feet away from you going 60 miles an hour. You shouldn't step in front of it. Okay, I mean, what's the point, you know? What's this? Space slug. Well, I don't care for the person much, but I think the dog's kind of cute, don't you? Can we just do the, just talk about the dog and not the person? Support local and vocal journalism. That's a euphemism for free speech only includes our opinion, which will be said loudly. Flea treatments and canine seizures. We didn't have enough. Okay. Again, we're going to skip the political. Anti-vax. Nope, we're going to skip the political. I can do that some other time. And then I can warn you in advance, you know, so you don't have to watch. Horse racing at Portland Meadows is entering the back stretch in southern Oregon. It ended at Portland's in the northern part of Oregon, right on the border of Washington. That ended in 2019, but they're still doing racing in southern Oregon. Where are they doing it? Grants Pass Downs. Someone take the wheel. Lane Transit is struggling to hire and retain bus operators as wages instability can be found elsewhere. Well, also because everybody's getting giant fat salaries for the last year and a half to stay home. So half our restaurants are closed now because they can't get employees. And anyone who's working in retail can tell you their job is 3 times as hard as it used to be because you have twice the number of people, flush with massive amounts of cash, and all on endless vacation, and then no employees because nobody wants to work anymore. That's kind of a sad state. Meet the Queen, Eugene's newest slug queen. I don't know what a slug queen is, do you? But I don't think I want to know. I see a slug hat over there on that rocket ship. Maybe this is someone from another galaxy. Do you think? Perhaps that's what's going on. Okay. Out of this world. It's colorful, this paper. Wow Ho. Talking Heads Jam. A final chapter. Pet of the Week. Eugene Weekly ran the same crossword twice. Sorry. The editor's not too good, I guess. Pet of the Week. It's raining outside, guys. That's what that loud noise is. Billion new friends. BNF. Is that anything like BFF? Kombucha and June. Oregon-grown ingredients in every bottle. It looks yummy. Oregon blueberry. Yeah, maybe I'll try that sometime. Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap it up for now because I'm ready to go do something else. I'm always busy, guys. But I will make another video soon. Until then, don't ASMR and drive. What am I going to do with this? See, Joanne works in a bakery, and so she gets stuff that's normally $5 for 99 cents. And even though we can't eat it, she can't resist. So we end up, but you know, we have tons of strawberries we're growing in the yard. So we can use the strawberries and just put a little bit of the angel food cake. Well, you know, we don't have any bread to eat right now, so maybe we can eat cake. Maybe that works. All right. See? 99 cents. Bargain. All right. Don't ASMR and drive. Till next time. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.